Hey everyone, it's me, TwistedFae. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. I'm a traditional and a digital artist here on YouTube. So, last week, if you guys remembered, I was talking a little bit about the way that I do things, and I barely mentioned that I have 3 different styles that I like to draw in. I talked about a little bit about the sketching, a little bit about the line art, and a little bit about my process on cell shading. Today's video is on my new banner and I decided to do my normal style for this actually because like a lot of the things that I had made already were like a little experiment with cell shading for like to add in a little bit of the softer elements and stuff. And then the last one prior to that was my normal cell shading for it. This time I decided to do my own style that I normally like to do, where everything is soft shaded up until the very end when I add in the shadows. And I have 2 different ways to do that for like my normal pictures. Like there's this type of shadow where I don't want it to be too prominent where it shouldn't be, and then there's another one where I make it a little bit more prominent just by like not blending it. But yeah, so you guys can see I am sketching about. The pose wasn't relatively hard. I didn't really have any issues with the posing for it. What I had issues with was coming up with her clothes, to be honest. I think even in the next video that I've got for you guys, I couldn't decide on what I wanted to do for clothing. This time it was not the idea of the clothes, but the coloring of the clothes, and you'll see what I mean. I also wanted to see like how the general gist would look, like how you just saw where I stretched it out and everything, and put my name, be like where do I want this all placed, or like the general idea. I'll do that here and there. It's not very often that I do that, but once in a while I will. So yeah, so this is my little line art stage. I don't change anything about the line art. The only time that I do change how I do the line art is on my painterly style. So I'll discuss that one on next video that I have, but for my normal thing and for like cell shading and stuff, I do the same thing with my line art. I do a vector layer and everything. It makes it a lot simpler and everything. Like a lot of my friends tell me that they like my lines because they're so crisp and clean. But they always told me that too before I started vector, but vector makes it a lot easier for me to achieve what I wanted without, you know, having to accidentally erase something else that was connected. I could just erase that one line that I just drew, unless it connected with something else, but for the most part, you know. I know I wanted her, because I didn't even draw her clothes or anything until like the actual sketch, because I don't know, clothes aren't so hard for me to come up with. Like I don't need to sit there and practice. It's like, okay, well I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. And I kind of just flow with it. I don't know. But clothing's pretty easy for the most part when I know what I want her dressed in, or any of my characters dressed in for that matter. So here we go. This is where I start adding in the flats, and as you guys can see when you guys zoom in and stuff like that, like I don't have all the lines perfectly matched out. I actually have to go in and clean those up and add, you know, make sure that there's no little like random empty spots. But while we're waiting on this, because you guys will see, it's just my style is just a lot of blending, literally. Nothing else really changes. But let's see. Well, no, I guess this is all done on like that layer, like the flat layer that it was originally. Like I don't go above in it in a different layer like I do for my cell shading. Cell shading, I do the shadowing in a different layer and the official coloring of it in a different layer. That's all clipped together. But while this thing is going and stuff, because you get to see like more or less how I do, I literally focus on the face. Is where that gets a lot more attention to details, and the hands. But this week is First Friday again, so that by the time that you're seeing this, I'm probably already running amok, got my face on and everything, and trying to get everything prepped and ready to go for First Friday. I don't have to go to the bank because I have money that's already in my tin and stuff like that. So yeah, I just have to pack up my shit on Thursday night and then do my last bit of scrambling around for anything I might have forgotten. And I'm good to go. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So next week you guys will be hearing and seeing the footage on that. I hope I get better at vlogging it because, you know, shit happens. It gets really busy. But yeah, we'll see. Cross your fingers. But I hope I do good. I hope I at least make 150. They moved me to a different spot. But yeah. I'll touch more on base on that on next week. You guys will see it. But yeah. But this banner, actually, it went on all my social media, like, it's here on YouTube, it's on my website, it's on Twitter, it's literally everything for all my social media. I might have had to tweak it like a couple of different times on each one, like the placement of the lettering and stuff, but it's pretty much the same. But yeah, so like here, this is what I was talking about, like, for the shadows and stuff. Like, I could have like either filled it all the way in with that one dark color instead of doing it the way that I did. Like, that's the other way that I do the shadows, but that's only if there's like a hard shadow that's going on, which normally happens. Like, this is what I'm doing, I'm refining it and stuff right here. Let me see what else. Other than that, it's pretty much just a soft shade, except for the little dinky shadows that come about. It's nothing too special. It's kind of a mix of my painterly and I guess what you would say with my cell shading, although this is what I had prior to me learning cell shading. But yeah, I think too, maybe because the next video I have for you guys is another cell shaded video. I think I might talk about some things there, like some thoughts and all that other stuff. I don't know. All I know is for this video, there wasn't really much of a thought process for it, to be honest. Like, I kind of just like let loose and just drew what I felt like drawing. It wasn't planned. It's nice to have planned works, but I can't plan every minute, every second of the day. Like, I know I got my like planner and all that other stuff for it, but you know, I can't sit there and do it like by hourly. So I put in what I know I can do and add in like a couple of extra things that I want to do that I don't necessarily have to do, but if I get them done, hey, great. And then so on and so forth. And coming up with the ideas of what I want to draw is literally so bad. Like, usually when I start something new, I have no clue what I'm going to do. But I know lately, like, I know I have a lot of fan art that I do want to draw. But sometimes, you know, I just need some like me time to draw, and then when it gets to me time, it's just like, I don't know what to draw. I have no ideas. And like, I'll doodle. I did that actually last Friday. I was supposed to stream on Twitch and I couldn't figure out what to draw. I wanted to see if I could like experiment with my painterly style more, and I just didn't have the enthusiasm for it or like the drive to do it, so I left it at like a colored sketch, and by the end of the stream I wasn't happy with it. But you know what? I doodled something. I'm okay with that, even though it was just a trashed, failed doodle. I was okay with that, and it's kind of hard for me to like be okay with not having to draw something, you know, it's just weird. But I think that's something I'm gonna actually be talking about next video. So stay tuned for that. If you guys like my art videos and stuff like that, or you know, the things that I do, feel free to like and subscribe. If you want to see any of my recent works or anything like that, you can follow me on social media or head on over to my website at TwistedFae.com, and you can see all my pretty stuff. I actually need to update my website in a couple of days with my newest work that I've done for February and any shop updates as well. So yeah, stay tuned in for that. And what else is there? I can't think of anything else right now, guys. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!